shared last week that it should be a part 2 to muscle memory. So I'm gonna go ahead and get to the little meat and potatoes, some more of the muscle memory. But I do want to do a quick review of what we spoke on last week. And the object of it was, the topic was to really put people in position to understand, to make a conscious effort, okay? To make a conscious effort, all right, to create a new habit, to create a new way of thinking, okay? So one thing, I had a conversation with my sister today, and I said, I learned how to play the drums, I learned how to trade. I consciously made an effort to obtain this skill set, to obtain this goal, right? So what I want you guys to understand with muscle memory is you got to make a conscious effort to obtain certain things in your life. So the first thing I shared was, who do you want to become? Okay. Who do you want to become? And you have to make a decision. Now, sometimes people kind of battle with trying to figure it out. So first thing is, I said, just use the sentence. I'm so happy and grateful now that I have $100 million today. I am now blah, 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 blah. So just fill in all the blanks, anything, just brain dump, everything you can imagine. I'm so happy and grateful now I have $100 million today. I am blah, 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 blah. All right. So that will put you in a position to think about your family, expenses, travel, paying off any consumer loans, everything you need to get out of the way that doesn't necessarily apply to you. Because a lot of times when we think about money, of course, it's natural for us to think about helping other people to give it away, right? I'm gonna take care of my mom, I'm gonna take care of my dad, I'm gonna take care of my family, I'm gonna pay off my bills, I'm gonna pay off my debt, I'm gonna travel the world. Now, I want you to put all that on the paper. Now, once you brained up, there's gonna be an end. There's gonna be a place where, okay, now that I've done all these transactions, now that I've taken care of everybody, who am I? That is what I'm asking. Who do you want to become? So I'm not talking about just necessarily traveling, having a good time, paying off debt, and living your and taking care of business. But who are you on a day-to-day basis, right? And what is your lifestyle? What are you waking up doing every single day? You want to make sure you want to make sure you identify what your ideal day is. Facebook, I'm talking to our weekly group. It's called Generational Wealth. If you guys would love to join our group, we just do weekly mindset calls. We grow together, we celebrate each other, and it's a free group. All right. But we live streaming on Zoom as well. Okay. So anyway, so you brain dump everything. All right. Who do I want to become? If I got $100 million a day, I'm doing this. I got this car. I got this house. I got this type of body. I'm eating this kind of diet. My debt is paid in full. I'm doing this type of career. This is my passion. I'm traveling the world. I'm doing this, et cetera, et cetera. And then after that, you got to figure out who you want to become, but you understand that becoming is a lifestyle. All right. Every single time you set a different goal, once that goal concludes, then it's on to the next one. Step 2 was write down your daily life, your current life today. Okay. And find the windows to implement the new routine. So once you're figuring out who you want to become, now you got to find windows of time of, okay, if I have a 9 to 5, if I have children, okay, if I'm a part of organizations and communities and churches and different or extracurricular activities, what am I doing? What time do they happen? And then how am I going to, where do I have time to really put my goals into play? You also have to evaluate these different commitments that you are part of and figure out, all right, since I'm a part of all this, what can I take a break from that's not necessarily adding value to my goals? That's not actually a habit or a part of my routine that's going to help me get closer to my goals. It's now, I don't want you to feel bad about not doing it, but I also want you to understand that you also have to prioritize where you're going and who you want to become. So sometimes we can get overcommitted and saying, yes, yes, yes. Hey. Did you say that again? Siri, girl. We can get yes, 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 and talking to everybody. Agreeing and helping everybody, that we begin to have this stack of responsibility for everybody else's goals and dreams. And we put ours at the bottom of the stack. All right. So there we go. Guiding others emotionally. Help. That's it right there, Isis. That is it. Right. And so that's why I'm so passionate about generational wealth. So my goals right now is to finish my Data and Kiki Academy, which is a trading academy. My second goal is to physical, but that's a lifestyle. So I don't really use the fitness as a goal anymore. At this point, I'm just building a muscle memory to maintain a healthy lifestyle. And then after that is, studying music, going back to school for it, and And then last but not least, between music and generational wealth is what Isis said. What I see myself doing every day is getting up on airplanes and going to events and meetings where we all can link up together, and we can rent out facilities or purchase our own facilities where people can come in and have a transformation and have access to online and digital information as well, where they can have a transformation. Like that right there is a game changer, because being able to teach people how to believe and love and really heal from wounds and trauma and stuff like that it's a different level of joy, right? It's something that I can't buy that. Yeah, I can go buy a Bentley and all. Okay, that's going to give me a temporary joy. But to me, billions and millions of people who are always going through something. All right. So let me get back on track. Right. So who do you want to become is number one. Number two is to write down your life goals, your daily routine right now. What are you doing on Monday? So today is Wednesday. Where do you live? What are you doing tomorrow morning? What are you doing tonight? All right. So I have the ability to plan out. Like today, I wrote out my budget for the whole this month. All right. So I already know how much money I have at the top of each week, et cetera, et cetera. Right. A lot of people can't think that far out. So do this. Today is Wednesday. I want you to take a sheet of paper. All right. Sheet of paper. And I want you to say, I'm going to bed at 11:30. Right. So bedtime 11:30. I'm waking up at 6:30 or 7:30. Now, what you have to start doing is being able to see the time that you have, and you can also be able to see the time that you've been wasting. All right. So let's basically say 8:30 to 5:30, you got to work the 9 to 5. But there's a window. There's 1 to 2 when you're on lunch. Then there's these opportunities during the day where you're on your job and you still find a way to make it to social media. So if you can find a way to make it to social media, you can find a way to look at your goal, right? So number two is to write down your life to see where there's time available for you to implement your new routine. Okay. And then you do that every single night until you can start seeing it in 7 days in advance. Number three was to identify the routine that you need to create. What actions do you need to take daily for you to obtain your goal? All right. The goal is a given, but what actions do you have to take? That's why you have to make the calendar. Okay. That's why you got to create the calendar and say, okay, this is what, okay, I got some time on Thursday from 7 to 8. Boom. That's the window I'm gonna block for myself, for my goals. If you have kids, if you have family members and they are part of your weekly routine, you need to sit down with them and have a conversation with them and ask them permission. And you're not really asking permission, just kind of telling them what's popping. But at the same time, you just want to ask, hey, can you take care of so-and-so this day because I want to do this, right? You want to be able to coordinate as a whole for those of you who have kids. And if you got 15 million kids, put them baby kids in after school or something, like find somewhere to just get them somewhere you don't need all evening. You need 1 hour a day. All right. You just need 1 hour a day of some time. Maybe that's the kids going to bed early. All right. Maybe they were going to bed at 9. No, make them go to bed at 8. They knocked out by 9 to 10. You focused on your goals. Or 9 to 11:30, you're focused on your goals. 11:30 to 6:30, you sleep or sleep less. You have to find the window of time for you to start implementing that new routine so it can become a subconscious behavior. Number 4 was ask permission. So that was number 4. Number 5 is go 63 days straight. And once you hit your 63 days, you start over again. All right. So for me, my start of my 63 days for my fitness, where I'm staying on top of my schedule, staying on top of making sure I don't miss my fitness, it started July 24th. All right. So I've always worked out. I've always done it, but I want to make sure it becomes so subconscious that I ain't trying to, I got to go to the gym today. I'm tired. Like, no, I want to make sure I enjoy it. I love it. Right. So July 24th was the start of my first 63 days. And then I rinse and repeat. Guys, when you hit 63 days, you don't be like, okay, I hit 63 days, I'm done. The key is to understand that your brain cells create memory cells after 321-day cycles. So just say 63 days. Now, ultimately, don't make yourself become discouraged. If you mess up, just start over a new start date. Okay. But what I want you to be able to start realizing is how many times you're going to start over. It starts with your calendar, your schedule. If you can always see tomorrow, all right. If you can see at least the next day, you can plan out what's going to happen. Now, there are things that's going to happen that's out of your control, but ultimately you can see the next day. All right. So I want you guys to understand. I want you to understand to build that muscle memory. Okay. So let's pretend. So a lot of times I speak about believe. I talk about, being closer to God and really trusting his word and trusting that he'll always supply your needs. A lot of people struggle with their faith. A lot of people struggle with accepting that as a full, true statement. They may believe it. They have a certain level of belief in it, but it's not at all times that there are some people who just, we waver sometimes, right? And it's not on purpose. We really believe in God. We trust in God. But what happens is when there's something that happens that's out of your control, or more times than none, it's something that's in your control, but you just made a poor decision and you just nut up about it, right? But you don't take accountability for that. Well, when there's goals that you have, guys, all you got to understand is trust God will always supply your needs, but you also have to operate in wisdom and preparation. Like the business card that I got Monday, they sent me an offer in the mail. I got the offer today, but I applied Monday. But a year and a half ago, I started working on my credit. Right now, my score is over 700 club. So when you actually operate in preparation and expectancy, God will typically show up on your behalf as well. All right. Now, something happened where they needed, I don't know, maybe something happened out of my control. I'm like, you know what, God, you got this. I've done what I needed to do. I properly prepared to receive this blessing. But if this is not the direction you want me to go, just let me know. All right. So let's just say you don't know how to fully believe yet. All right. Let's just say you're not fully spiritually maturing your faith or spiritually maturing God or really believing in yourself wholeheartedly. Right. Let's take belief out of the equation. All right. Y'all drop the minus sign in the chat box. All right. Facebook, what's up with y'all? I'm on Zoom as well. It's our weekly mindset call. All right. So I want y'all to drop minus. We got to take believe out of the equation right quick. I just want to give y'all a perspective about how to get what you freaking want, because it's really, really simple. Okay. So let's say you take the belief out of the equation, and let's use the scenario of, let's just use weight loss. Maybe you don't believe you can lose weight. But how many of you guys know that if I gave you a schedule, if I gave you an itinerary of every single thing to do, I did your meal prep. All right. We did your meal prep. We made an agenda for your work life, for your family life, for your children's life. We gave you these windows of opportunity, 30 minutes to an hour a day. You don't believe you can lose weight. Remember that. We take believing out of the equation right now, because I want to give y'all the right perspective. So you don't believe, right? But let's say I give you all of the right routines to do for weight loss to happen. Will you lose weight? Yes or no? You do it 12 months, 18 months. We look up 2 years later, you still following this routine. You mean to tell me you're going to be the same size? Yes or no in the chat. Will you lose weight? Yes or no in the chat box. You don't believe you'll lose weight. And I'm not asking you to believe, but I'm telling you to follow this routine. Will you lose the weight? Whether you believe it or not. Please tell me yes or no in the chat box. Where y'all at, right? All right. Okay. Why is it a theory? Why is it a theory? It's not a theory. It's a fact. Modifying your diet, doing the right diet, yes, you are guaranteed to lose weight. It doesn't matter if you believe or not. It's not a theory. It's a fact. The second one, you may not believe you may not believe you can get the new job, right? Because your skill sets and your belief are two different things. There are people who I know are talented as all get out. I know some beast musicians, some beast drummers. But when I tell y'all they got poor belief that they can go to the next, that they can get on different stages, the talent and the skill has nothing to do with your belief system. That's why people who don't have the most talent or the most skill sets, but they are driven as all get out and they're consistent, can reach new levels. And people who are talented get jealous of them because they believe. And then there are people who don't even believe in God, but they still have more success than the believers. But that's another topic for another day. Maybe I'll come back around to that. The key I want you guys to understand was I was talking about building muscle memory last week. So the weight loss, if you don't believe you can lose weight, but you do the same routine every day, the agenda that I've given you, your girl B. Burrell lost 3 pounds in the last 10 days by what? Eating nothing but produce, fruit, and working out. That's it. And if I do that, I'm probably going to lose another 2 or 3 pounds this week. And I've done it, right? So the key is, you don't have to necessarily believe, but you got to follow the routine. I wanted to take believing out of the equation because a lot of people are so dependent on believing that it creates an action like it's just going to magically fall in their lap. So let's not talk about you believing on tonight. Let's talk about you putting in the work. All right. Then let's talk about the person. Maybe you want a new job. Maybe you want a new promotion, but you got mad skill set, mad talent. People like, man, you should go for the supervisor position. Man, you should start your own business. The non-believer gonna keep saying, well, it's all right. I just want to stay here. I just want to stay here. But because you keep showing out in your skills, in your effort, there are people believing bigger for you. They're seeing that you can go to new heights, even though you don't believe. But let's just say a B. Burrell comes along and says, you know what, I'll take you under my wing. I know you don't believe, but I want you to do everything I say to do. You already got the skills, but I want to navigate you. I want to put you in certain rooms and put you in certain places because you already got the skills. If they keep following the routine, they're going to hit a new level, right? So you guys have to understand. Let's go to finances right quick. There may be a person. I was this person. I was once broke. All right. I used to be broke. But on the believing side, I believe that I was wealthy, so it happened. But let's make an invert. Let's switch it around. Let's take a person. All right. Let's take a person who doesn't believe they'll be rich. Okay. Now, I'm not saying they're against being rich. They just don't feel like they don't feel like it can happen for them. They want to be rich, but it's like, man, I don't know if I can get that. Right? They want it, but I don't know if I can get that. But then here comes Isis who comes along and says, you know what? You may not believe, but let me give you this outline. Every Monday, which is my personal routine, every Monday I pay my tithes and my savings. 10% goes there, 10% goes there. Side note, if I didn't pay myself enough, I'll borrow the money from somebody else because I'm not going to pull it back out. All right? I would rather borrow it before I pull it. All right? Do not ever sell your investments and stuff like that. Second, pay myself. Then I'm going to teach you how to do a budget. All right. I can show you I told you guys earlier, I just planned out the next 4 weeks. So this whole month, I already know what I have at the end of every pay period. All right. Minimally, I already know what's coming in. Second, we got the budget down packed. We know your cost of living. Your cost of living is $3,500 a month. And we're going to work on the next 12 months to get your cost of living 2 times your income, 2 times your cost of living. So now you went from making $2,500, $3,000, right? Now you're making $7,000 a month. Now you're making 4 times. Now you're making $14,000 a month. All right. So we've taught you these things by just following a simple routine. You didn't believe, but you followed the routine. That's what I'm trying to get y'all to understand. People get so caught up. I don't know if I can do it. You know what? Don't even worry about if you can do it. Just follow the steps. Follow the person who has the success that you want. Does that make sense, family? Follow the routine. Follow the steps. If you stick to the program, it's going to happen for you. Consistency means conformity in the application of something. Consistency means conformity in the application of something, typically which is necessary for the sake of accuracy and fairness. All right. It is the quality of behaving and performing in a similar way or always happening in a similar way. I'm going to say that again. Consistency is, consistency is the quality of behaving in a similar way, always happening the same way. Somebody put same way in the chat box. Facebook, y'all can put it in the comments. All right. Zoom, put same way. So for the scenario I gave about weight loss, they did the same thing the same way, even though they didn't believe as big as, maybe they got the faith of the size of a mustard seed, right? I got universe-sized faith, all right? But at the end of the day, we both followed the routine. That's why I keep telling people, it doesn't matter about talent and skill oftentimes. Did you do the same thing in a similar way every single time? The first thing you guys have to understand is you have to be. Y'all drop BE in the chat box, in the comments. You have to B-E. That means you have to exist, okay? B means you have to identify with it. So when we went through those first steps, I said, who do you want to become, Isis? Isis said, I want to be the person to help people have a transformation. So Isis, you have to be the transformation. B. Burrell, you have to be the transformation. That's why I made it. I said, girl, you keep talking about the 6 keys to wealth and generational wealth. It's social, physical. Yeah, 6 keys now. Physical, mental, emotional, financial, spiritual. and then social. All right. And I was like, that physical got to get on point because I'm good in all the other areas. Socially, I'm good. I travel. I have amazing time. I love my freaking life. All right. Spiritually, check. Physically, it's like, my check. I don't do this when I do my physical. I be like, dang, I got to do that. Right. Emotionally, check. Spiritually, check. Socially, check. Financially, check. And here come that physical. I be like, God dog it, that check still ain't checked off. And it pissed me off. So I got irritated. I said, you know what? We got to check it off. We got to check it off. 63 days, we got to check that thing off. All right. So B means to identify with. So do you identify with being spiritually healthy? And then, and if you don't know what to identify means, is what is that definition of being spiritually healthy means to you? And if you're not in a good emotional state, in a good mental state, you may not know what that definition is. All right. You may not know what the right definition is. Okay. B means it's to constitute as the same class. So or do you I am a millionaire. Anybody else want to call it a millionaire? I'm a millionaire. All right. So I constitute myself as that class. I operate in that class by my decisions. My physical was the only area where I wasn't always consistently always operating in the same way, where I wasn't consistently being a millionaire. Okay. So do you identify with what you wrote down? Do you identify with your goals, or do you just simply want them? You didn't plan for them. You didn't research for them. You waiting for people to give you answers. No. Did you get on Google, YouTube? Did you send DMs to the mentors? Did you send DMs to people who can help you? Did you send DMs to people that you admire and say, listen, I see you in your best shape, Shawty. Tell me what you did. Hey, I see you have been able to trade successfully. Tell me what you did. You got to be humble enough to ask people, but at the same time, don't be annoying. What irritates my life, my body, and my soul, and it's one thing, it's two things I'm working on. Don't ask me a question that you could have Googled, because it shows me you don't know how to be a student. All right. Don't hit me up if it's in my FAQs. Do not hit me up. I promise you, I will not respond. Yeah, I'm calling myself out right now because it shows me you don't know how to seek. My screenshot says it's Matthew 7. Seek and it will be given. Ask and you shall ask and it will be given unto you. Seek and it will open. Oh, I'm messing it up. Ask, seek, and get and knock. Right? That's my screensaver. Okay, seek. Now the second thing you got to do is do. Somebody put D-O in the chat box. D-O. I'm gonna find that screen. I just messed it all up. It's Matthew 7. Ask and it shall be given unto you. Seek and it will open. No, seek, ask, seek, and get and knock. But I'm missing the second part. Long day, y'all. Long day. Long day. The second point though is do. Somebody put do in the chat box. Do. Okay. Ask and it will be given unto you. Seek and you will find. There we go. I was missing find. Knock and the door will open. A lot of people don't do the seeking part. They just do a lot of asking. And notice that seek is before the ask. Woo! Come on, be for real. I'm just kidding. Ask is before seek. I'm just teasing you. Anywho, so the second part is you gotta do. Okay, so the first part is being. Do I identify with it? All right. Do I get a nugget right quick? I just remember something that really, really hit me. Something that hit me. My Zoom chat, y'all give me 1 second. Y'all might not be able to see me, but I got to give y'all this. It's several different definitions for the word be right quick. The past tense of be it means was. Okay. Past tense of being is was. Somebody drop was in the chat box. Past tense of being is was. So for you to be it, you got to operate in such a space that it seems like it's your past. Okay. Yeah. Did y'all catch that? When you are operating in a state of being, you're also operating in a state that it was. Okay. It's been me. Okay. This ain't nothing new. Oh man, it's not coming up. All right. The second point is this. Past tense was. The past particle is were. The definition and the synonym is also were. When you identify it, you were. Okay. Another one is been and being and are and is. And it comes to present, which is be. All of these are different past particles and present particles for the word be. So when I ask you if you are whatever your goal is, were you that goal? Have you been that goal? Are you being that goal? Are you that goal? Is you that goal? Right? And last but not least, be the goal. Please tell me y'all caught that. Were you the goal? Right? Are you the goal? Are you being the goal? Is the goal? And the last one is be the goal. So you got to get in a state of be. Be the goal, ladies and gentlemen. Be the goal. Don't, oh, I'm so happy and grateful. I'm so happy and grateful now I'm 155 pounds. No, be the goal. Get your butt up. Go work out. Check your diet. Sundays and Mondays is the days where I do my grocery shopping. Now, I don't necessarily do meal prep. I do meal planning. I'll make a list of food. So I'll take a sheet and I'll say on, I got a breakfast. And I don't know what all I can eat on a breakfast side. I just get based off of the groceries I bought. So I know I can do oatmeal. I can do a sandwich. I can do a burrito. I can do tacos. I can do a scramble. I just know it's in my refrigerator, so I can switch up the combinations, right? Then for lunch, I can do different type of variations of salads and produce and stuff like that. And for dinner, that I based off of the food, the type of food that I bought that week. So I don't do really meal prep no more because I be like, I don't really want to eat that. I don't want to eat what I already made. I'm gonna just wait until that day comes so I can know what I really want to eat. But you gotta be, all right? Were you the goal? Was you the goal? Are you being the goal? Are you the goal? And be the goal. Okay. The next one is, I did come up. Oh, have you been the goal? All right. Being, are, is, and be the goal. The next one is you have to do. D-O, D-O, D-O. Do. The definition of do means perform. Okay. The definition of do means to perform. It's an action. Okay. It means to achieve or complete. So am I being the goal, was the goal, were the goal, are the goal, is the goal, be the goal? All right. The second one is do. To achieve, to complete, to perform. Do means to commit. That's what I made a decision of. July 24th, I committed to the goal. One thing you guys want to stop doing is don't commit to the goal until you fully know you're ready. Because oftentimes when we commit ourselves to goals, and we may sometimes we may be being impulsive, or we're like, I know I'm gonna get up and start working out tomorrow, but you didn't properly plan, because what happens is you were very intentional about where you wanted to go, but you didn't properly plan on staying. Okay. So don't allow excitement to negate you from properly being committed to these goals. So what happens is every time you stop, you're diminishing your consistency. You're diminishing, you're feeding procrastination. You're feeding lack of planning. Every time you start and stop, just stop. Properly plan. Sometimes it's gonna take you 2 to 4 weeks to plan. Then that way you can stay committed, right? Don't be so impulsive. Be very, very intentional about where you're going. All right. So be. The second one is do. Achieve and complete. Do also means to perform and commit. Bring to pass. It means to carry out. It means to put into execution. All right. Do means to put into execution. To continue to the end. That was my favorite part about the definition of do. It means execution, to carry out, to put into execution, to continue to the end. So you got to be, you got to do. So my question on you guys for tonight, guys, is are you doing? Are you executing until the end? Remember, do not start something that you cannot sustain consistency in. Every time you stop and start, you're building negative habits. You're building the habit of procrastination. You're building the habit of laziness. You're building the habit of lack of commitment. Just pause. All right. Just slow that thing down. All right. And then when you find, I finally got some time, because people do that to me all. They keep me, I'm ready to learn how to trade. being ready to join. Bro, no, you're not. You don't join 12 times, bro. Just not 12, but just pause, get your life together. All right. But my favorite, Kels, what's up, girl? I'm on a Zoom call too. We do weekly Zoom calls, y'all. Just happen to tune in tonight. My favorite part about the definition of do was to carry to an end. So my question for y'all tonight, especially on this Zoom call, are you going to carry it out to the end? Because one thing that Americans especially, we live in such a space where we're so used to everything being happening in such instantaneously. You can put your food in the microwave, you can order your food on DoorDash, you can pick up your groceries on Instacart, you can call to repair people, they even come and fix your car at the house, right? Everything is so easily provided to you that you've lost the ability, or maybe you've lost the strength in the ability to be able just to sustain and have patience and really earn certain things. So can you continue to the end? So what happens is we live in a space where we're so connected to time that we don't even know the definition of end anymore. We don't even know the definition of end anymore. We don't even know how to complete anything because everything is completed in a matter of minutes now. You don't even know how to separate yourself from that service versus your goal. When you're achieving a goal, you got to earn that thing. All right, somebody put that thing in the check box, all right? And last but not least, ladies and gentlemen, you got to have it, all right? Have. Have means to acquire or get into possession. If you be it, remember, I gave y'all different definitions of being. Being in the past tense means you was. So if I am something, I was something. Past, that's the past. The minute you write it down, the minute you kick it into action, I was in the best shape of my life. I were in the best shape of my life, being in the best shape of my life. But you want to get in the state of being. You want to stay in that past, in the present particle. All right. You want to stay in the present particle, being. You want to say that I am, is, are, and be. Okay. So those are different particles of the word be. But most of all, family, when you be it and you're being and you're consistent and you have it, you're doing the actions, last but not least, you're a habit. Like I shared earlier, you could take the person who don't have an ounce of belief in their system, but if I gave them a strict routine on what to eat, if I gave them a strict routine on how to exercise, what time to exercise, if I became their major pain, literally and metaphorically speaking, they will have the results regardless of the level of belief that they have. If I gave somebody a itinerary or to-do list and I stayed on top of them, make sure you paid yourself, make sure you tied, make sure you did your savings of 10%, make sure you allocated something to invest in. This is what we're doing every single pay period. I am in control of your finances. You're going to become wealthy, whether you believe it or not. Third, have. You're going to be those things that I tell you to be. You're going to do those things, right? And last but not least, you're going to have those things because you got in the habit of performing things in a certain way the same time every time. And that's what you call consistency, ladies and gentlemen. And so what happens is you'll receive it. Receive means to come into possession. It means to, this is my favorite part. Not only can you assimilate it through the mind, but you'll be able to assimilate it in the senses. Now you get to actually live the reality of being what you wanted to be, doing the actions that it took, and actually have it. Having is the byproduct of being and doing. Okay. Book of James talks about faith and works. Now, what if you added a little faith on this? I don't believe, but I'm gonna do it. What y'all think it happened then? What if you was only doing the works, but then you actually combine the faith in it? Now, because at this point, your faith is going to increase because you've been doing the habits. So you understand that your checklist creates, it's a confidence builder, right? I smile when I make my bed now. My mama make her bed every day for years. I ain't never make my bed in the morning. Then I stayed with, I was like, man, I need to start making my bed every day. Guess what? It's a habit now. I cannot leave. I don't care if I'm running late. I cannot leave my house unless my bed is made. Now, I love walking in a clean house. I'm already like super clean anyway. All right. But it made me feel good to be like, I made my bed today. It made me feel good to know I did my personal development. Right. It makes me feel amazing. I'm trying to reach it every single day. Listen, I can't talk to y'all stank breath, hot body, folks until I finished my personal development. Listen, the first thing I do every single morning is I write what I'm thankful for. Every single morning, well, let me not say every single morning, but it's usually more often than none. All right. What I'm thankful for. What you don't want to do is get in a space of where you feel like you're thankful for this. Oh, well, I said I was thankful for my house yesterday. I ain't gonna write that down. No, you write it down. It's a brand new day. It's a brand new sunset. It's a brand new day. God woke you up this morning, bro. It's a whole new day. All right. I'm thankful for things. I used to write, I'm so happy and grateful now, and I need to go to Generational Wealth Chat and send a celebration. I used to write, I'm so happy and grateful now that Generational Wealth has 100 members. Y'all, we hit 100 members a couple of weeks ago. Somebody let me know what that number is now. We hit 100 members a couple of weeks ago. And it happened. But I wrote it. It was. Remember, when you write it down, the minute you write it down and you put the word I am, it goes straight into creation. So what you wrote down and you sincerely believe it and you keep putting in the work, guess what? It was past particle. We got 108 members now. And that's my fault. I should have figured out what day we actually hit 100. We got 108 members now. All right. So what's the date on this book? March 22nd is when I first started. There it is. Y'all probably won't be able to see it. Keep your hand. Thank you for 100 and Kiki customers. Thank you for 100 generational wealth members. And thank you for my academy that's complete. And we got 108, but it was back in March. We just hit 100 customers in the past 30 days in the physical. Remember, when I wrote 100 down in March, it now became the past. Please catch this. Amen. I'm trying to stay on course right quick. But when I wrote it in March, it was the past. Okay. So you got to understand. And now that y'all understand the definition of be, that really changes the game. Past particle mean was, were, are, is, be. Come on. All right. So when I said that I was a millionaire, when my grandma called me a millionaire, all right, back in 2018, guess what? That was the past. I've been a millionaire. Right? So y'all got to understand it. And then the next thing is I read 3 pages of the Bible every day. Right here. All right. My mama gave me this Bible. Shout out to my mama. All right. And then I read 10 pages of a book. Shout out to David and Manitia. Everybody need to get this book. All right. This will give you a quick summary of what you need to know. All right. So when you write it, but listen though. The point is was you to build your muscle memory. Your muscle memory is a conscious effort to create a new habit. Somebody put new habit in the comments. Your muscle memory, all right? Build a new muscle memory is a conscious effort to create a new habit. So for those of you who got a calendar and don't use it, it ain't a conscious effort yet, all right? For those of you who bought a book and it's still been sitting on your shelf for 3 years, you haven't made it a conscious effort yet to read a new. Now, I read 10 pages a day. You can do a paragraph a day, all right? To start building the habit. You don't have to go over. What happens is when you overcommit, you overquit. Ooh, listen, when you overcommit, most people overquit. They quit and they quit and they quit. No, don't do 10, do a paragraph. All right. And then when you start getting the paragraph as a new habit, do a page. Okay. Some of y'all want to work out an hour a day. Maybe that's too much for you. Do 15 minutes. It's going to build your confidence. It's going to make you feel good. I'm telling you, you got to do a snowball effect on certain decisions in your life. A conscious effort to build new habits. I have a conscious effort right now to wear booty shorts with my, because I wear, because y'all been hearing me say that. Listen, I want to be, my thighs going to look like Popeye. All right. I'm making a conscious effort to eat healthy. All right. To make sure I'm working out. I bought me a new watch. The track. That's not serious. I get serious, y'all. All right. So what are you consciously not doing? Remember, there's a subconscious mind and there's a conscious mind. Your subconscious mind is your identity. Your conscious mind is who you think you're going to be. It's that person who, well, I want to do this. It's the person who procrastinates. You got to get your conscious mind and your subconscious mind on one accord. You want to lose weight, but then you ain't doing the behavior, right? You want to be better at finances, but you don't pick up the book and go to a finance class or look at YouTube videos on TikTok and Instagram information, right? Oh, I want to be wealthy, but you didn't read the book. Like you can't procrastinate. It can't be a two-way desire. What you don't do is who you are. Woo, wait, what did I just say? That was good. What you don't do is who you are. Wait. If I don't work out and if I don't eat healthy, then that's who I am. I'm poor healthy. All right. If I don't budget, if I don't read audios and listen to new books, then I'm poor in my finance. Right. If I don't forgive that person who hurt my feelings, if I'm always playing the victim, or maybe I was the person who hurt somebody, if I don't forgive myself and apologize, then who am I? What you don't do is who you are. And what you do is who you are as well. It goes both ways. All right. Because there are decisions that you are running from. There are choices that you are running from. And whatever you keep running from, it's going to give you what you don't want, right? It's going to give you what you don't want. So please make a conscious effort to establish new habits, ladies and gentlemen. I don't give a flying fish on how painful it is. I don't care how many hours you worked. I don't care how long your day was. I promise you, I can find somebody else who has a similar lifestyle and still showed up and paid the price. I don't care that you got a 9-to-5. I don't care that you got baby kids. I don't care about none of that. You either can care enough to take action or you can care enough to stay where you at. All right. All right. Do and have. And don't forget, step 1, who do you want to become? Step 2, write down your current life. Get an idea of where's your time going? Y'all got to start tracking. Y'all wasting too much time in your day. Okay. I said on my Instagram today, if you got time to Netflix and Hulu and Prime, you got time to get up off that couch and help your body become a dime. All right. Who do you want to become? Write down your daily lifestyle right now so you can find time so you can put the new routine into motion. Also have a conversation with organizations, jobs, communities, churches, whoever you need to do, and say, listen, I need to take a break from y'all for 6 months. I'm in school. And if they ask you for what, just say it's personal. Okay? Because you're going back to school. You're learning you're learning to think for yourself. Third, identify the routine and the actions that it takes to hit your goal. All right? Eliminate the things that don't serve you. Eliminate things that don't help you to get to where you want to go. Number 4, ask permission and get the agenda of all those around you. Guys, if you have certain goals, you may be overcommitted. You may be overdoing it, serving everybody else but yourself. So speak to your mom, your sister, your brother, your spouse, your kids, the baby kids. Get everybody in the house together and say, listen, this is my personal goal. If you have any goals, let's create a routine that's centered around those goals. Don't be living life in the wind. Spontaneity should not be dominance in your life. Oh, I forgot I got this. Oh, I forgot this. I said at the beginning of the call, you should have bought a calendar book. You should be knowing what you're doing tomorrow. Leave an hour of your time for spontaneity. All right. Number 5, go 63 days straight. And if you miss that day, start over. Now you can give yourself 1 or 2 rest days. All right. As far as like fitness and stuff like that. But 63 days straight, 21 days, 63 days for your brain to create new memory cells. Okay. Conscious effort to become who you want to be. I don't care how much pain it takes. I don't care how uncomfortable it is. Do not allow laziness to be the calling on your life. Procrastination, limiting thoughts, fear, doubt, worry. Worry is like praying for the worst, ladies and gentlemen. Okay? Get up every day and grow. Did you become better? I grew my mind when I read something new today. Grew my mind when I read something new today. I grew my mind. Some of y'all still got that high school. Some of y'all still got the same brain from high school. Same brain from last year. I am scared to be the same person. All right? Be fearless. I love y'all. All right. Facebook, we appreciate y'all chiming in tonight. Generational Wealth with your girl, Be Burrell. I'll drop all the information in this caption, but I love y'all. Thank y'all for tuning in. Facebook, y'all have a blessed night. Zoom, G-Dub, and everybody on the call. All right. Let's get it. Let's grow. Let's go to the next level. Be, do, and have, y'all. No excuses. Shout out to Mel for part 2 of building that muscle memory. All right. Conscious effort to build a new habit. Plan accordingly. All right. Y'all, what's our hashtag tonight? What's our hashtag tonight? What's our hashtag tonight? Y'all give me something, because I don't know what we said tonight. What did we talk about tonight?